So think about where you came from. Think about your environment, think about your school. Why do you think this is? Who raised their hand?
One, from working in the school system in the last year, I realized as a teacher. So doing that, I got more of an insight of, I feel like one, teachers don't really teach. They don't really care. I feel like they're doing it for a paycheck. They don't pay their family. They don't get a good bit a month, every month, but they don't get paid every week like how y'all, or I don't even know if y'all, but regular job, they get paid monthly. So I feel like they're not really trying to up that just because they like, I don't know, like some schools get paid good, like private schools, Christian schools, but public schools, what most people is going to that don't have a lot of money, they're giving them the bottom of the barrel. You got charter schools or Christian schools or Catholic schools, that's when you start getting that education.
Okay, so he says teachers aren't getting paid. All right, who agrees with that?
Yeah, because when they be in the class, they be like, I don't get paid enough for this.
They love to say that, bro.
Who disagrees with that?
That's the first thing you say.
Anybody disagree?
I mean, I think it depends on how many years you've been teaching. So, like, I know some teachers that be teaching like 25 years, they got something to do like that. So, I don't know.
Who has another reason why we got low income schools in the richest country?
Because we spending our money the wrong way.
Keep going.
Like, they spending it on guns, war, like, yeah, we need that and all, but the percentage of what's really going to schools and all that, it's not comparable for real. Like, we're in debt, like, real debt. For real.
So the country's in debt.
Yeah.
All right, so the country's in debt, gentlemen said, but we do have high income schools. All right, we have wealthy schools also. Why is that?
It's the location.
People like alumni, like they probably donate money back to the school and stuff.
Right, that's one. Alumni is giving money back to the school. Communities that they live in. All right, so these communities, rich families, generational wealth.
Yeah, like for the low income, like where we from, it's like they don't think we can do it. Like, they don't want us to have money, and they don't do it with some of those, like for the school and stuff. Right? They don't believe in the student, well, like because they area where they from and stuff. Like they can be like a bad area.
Perfect example.
We can't do nothing with it. Like we don't know how to do it.
Perfect example, all Americans the same way.
Repeat that, sir.
I said the perfect example is all American. You got one kid that's good to go to a private school, good area all over there. Then you got one kid that's good that's in the hood.
Okay,
Same.
and you make a good point. He said private. All right, so question. If a kid from a low income neighborhood, he's got the grades, he gets recognized, and the teacher says, oh, he needs to go to a private school. All right, and he can't. All right, why is that?
Usually the money. He might not like enough money.
Now, he's a kid though, right?
Sometimes like his family like don't got his family don't got enough money for it.
I don't even say like not enough money. They probably got it, but they can't use it on that. Like,
Yeah,
other
right.
responsibilities.
So, let me ask you this.
Going through something at home and stuff. Like,
So, whose fault is that?
That's
it's nobody's fault.
That's a good
Right.
one. They got the regulations in place.
Whatever that fall man's life.
All right, go first. Anthony. Go.
It is.
No,
But
no,
bro, you can help that student be that good and he can go to that school.
Well, who can help us do?
Like the government, like not the government, but like
Other people.
So,
other people, like
He says-
the community.
He says the government can help. Who agrees with that? All right, you go first. Second.
Nah, it's a government control because it's guideline in place already for that. Like it's already, like you said, when we making a syllabus, it's already different things they gotta have lined up when they come into the school year. And I know it's different from public to private. Like it's a whole different teaching. Cause my man's went to a private school, so I already know how that is.
Okay.
To me, I went to a private school, I was in school in the hood, and I went to like a Duncan white school, so like, when I was in private school, my family didn't pay a dime, so cause somebody else didn't private school people, they paid for me and my brothers on there so we could play sports. So that was for the hood. That was, I mean, it was the hood. I mean, we didn't learn nothing. I swear I passed with a 4.0 and didn't do a 7 work.
Okay, so,
10th grade, I didn't do nothing. Yeah.
alright, let me ask you this. If a kid is in a low income school and he doesn't have support from his parents, he doesn't have support from his grandparents, so you have 3 generations in the same house. Whose fault
No, you said
I'm
generation.
still going on the government, yeah. Because they set everybody up to fail. Like you gotta think about the older generation, what she had to go through to even get to where she was at. Then when she passed down to the next generation, it's all just they just trying to figure out how to like make it work, like fix it. Like,
But how can you still blame the government for that though?
But hey,
Because
you go first.
I feel like if that's the case, and you give
Me and my
everybody
brother,
bread,
me and my brother just had this talk.
You were.
And he was like, you know how, like, cause it's a whole lot of generations that babies keep getting born and stuff. And he was like, if you keep doing the same things, it's gonna keep repeating. Somebody gotta change it. Somebody gotta change it. He was like,
Somebody got
No,
changed.
just like-
like, somebody gotta change it. He was like, cause it's like a different generation. Like, whatever, like my mom's mom went through something, and it went to my mom, and she didn't know how to do it, so it came to us.
Right.
And then we got kids, we gotta change it. Like whatever we've been through, like we can't let them go through it. Like we
Okay, so
gotta
he says you have to change.
Also,
He said the government, he said we have to change, so are you saying it's the
like
family's fault?
it's like the government and the family fault. It's
Government and the family.
like the family can go through something. Like my mom might go through something, and she might gave it to my mom, and then my mom didn't know what to do, so she gave it to us.
Right.
Again, like now it's on us to get the other generation right.
that's a fact.
Man, I just think life just goes on, so I don't think it's nobody's fault for real. Like, they can help, of course, but they don't have to help, so they got to just get up and go get it themselves. That's what my parents did, so that's what they told me, so like.
You agree or
get it
disagree?
yourself.
Government or?
I feel like it is government. One, the question is why does wealthy countries have low income schools? China, the boys is good.
they go to school year long though.
That's what I'm saying though. They put so much money into it.
Yeah.
That they know they're not gonna be dumb when they become adults and they're gonna already have, like they go to school all year. They do.
So who disagrees that it's not, who thinks it's not the government's fault? Alright, somebody, not the government's fault, why?
Good. Why is it the government fault?
That's what I'm asking.
Like, how is it their fault?
Why is it not the government's fault? Why do you think?
How is it their fault?
Because they already implemented stuff for us to like get done. Like you got high school, they got like good paying jobs out here. So it's like they put like step stools for you. Like after high school, you can either go to college, go to trade school. Once you graduate trade school, you can get a job automatically. So it's not really the government's fault that you like living low or like on some funny stuff. It's really your fault because you don't want to get up and get the work done. Let's be for real. Cause you got some people that come from like some horrible schools and they made a name for themselves. You got some people that go to good schools and they don't got no name for themselves because they want to sit there, party, drink, smoke, and all that. So you really can't blame the government for what you put yourself into, and then gonna put your generation into too.
Alright, so you see the pictures on it, right? So people protested about the school system, and then I did this on purpose. You see us, alright? So that's why I brought up the 3 generations. Alright, so you have grandmother, it's 1 generation. Mother, father, next generation. And then the kid in school. Alright? So is it that kid's fault that he's in a low income situation?
No, it's the generation.
Right. So the government, you live in the city, you have a school, you have low resources. So you have low number of books, you don't have a computer lab, you don't have anything. So for the kid, he sees what's in front of him. But 2 miles down the block, there's a library. A couple of miles down the block, there's a computer there. There's tutors at the school, but let's say the parents pick them up, take them
I was
home,
gonna say.
and watch TV all day. Alright? Resources that are available inside the city that aren't being used. Okay? So, when you look at it in that aspect, what would you say?
Like, nah, I see what you're, like, y'all saying, like, but I feel, I'm looking at it like, if, say, you grew up in a low income, and you wanna go to private school, not even for no sports, no that, just cause you want to. How in a low income that you was born in, like, raised in, how can you be able to pay for that? Mind you living in a low income, like, if you came in, like, that's why I'm like, I feel like it's government, cause how can you help? Who can legit help with that? Like, yeah, I know, like, you could go out there and work, all that, get money paid for it, but like, I feel like the government should have a chance or a way where people that can't pay can still get into that, like, private school.
Okay. Who wants to respond? One at a time.
It's not enough money to help everybody. One,
We in $1 trillion of debt.
if I'm saying, that's still like a million debt first off. Two, if let's say, out of the football team is 32 of them that want to go to a private school. In private school, it's like 19K a year, depending on where you're going. It's like college. How would they, if you mean, without being super smart, without being super athletic, or just networking at a high rate, none of them is, maybe 5 of them would get less enough to
Like a scholarship.
get all the scholarship money and not have to worry about nothing. So I really think it's the money and but they could.
The government could do more
Yeah, they could.
to help African Americans. Who disagrees with that?
I disagree
I do.
with that.
Or agree or disagree?
I disagree.
I disagree, man, cause like,
Alright,
yeah,
you first.
they gotta get how they, I mean, everybody can't have a picture perfect life, but of course, a lot of people gonna go to private school, everybody can't go to a private school. Just is what it is.
Okay.
If we want the government to help other kids get in private school, right, and help them pay, like, I'm gonna pay for this student to get in private school, I'm pay for this student to get in private school. How's it fair to the other kids that their parents gotta work day and night for their kids to get in private school, and because you come from a low income certain like area, I have to come out my way as the government to pay for you to get in private school. Meanwhile, this parent right here is busting their behinds just to pay for, wait for their kid to get in private school, but I gotta sit there and make it set. Like, that's not fair for other kids though.
It go all back to taxes, I feel
Well,
like.
I disagree on that. Sure.
What you mean?
That's why we get That's college.
Disagree with that what?
Okay, like, cause, but like, say he got like a whole, like, he good in sports, and like I'm good in school, and they can get him a whole scholarship for sports, and he can go to that private school. But about me though, I don't got no sports or nothing. I don't know how to play nothing. I just want to go to school and get an education.
Right.
And that's not gonna be fair for the student that, like, cause he going to sports, he automatically good. Like they want him already. But they don't know about me because I don't play sports. I just wanna go to school.
But it's a lot of smart people.
Okay, so private school is one thing, but the alternative and better is college. So let's just say college. All right. Now,
That's even worse.
most
That's way worse.
families from low income neighborhoods, not just a black thing, black and white thing, they usually don't graduate and go to college, right? Because they don't have a grade. Right? So when that kind of trickles down from generation to generation, you have generations just following themselves. They repeat from the same generations, right? So you know that you can get your grades in high school, let's say 3.5, 4.0, you can get a free ride to college, right? So why aren't families in low income areas and schools taking advantage of that?
Like, cause what happens to their generation, like they mom and stuff probably sit down with them and do their work and stuff.
parents.
Yeah, like parents. And it's like, they don't sit down with their kids no more. So boom, if they do want to go to college, it might be too late.
Okay.
And there's another generation gonna do the same thing unless somebody change. Unless we change.
It's really vice versa. You got some people that they probably don't have godparents and they go is to go to college and make like a way for their kids if they have a kid one day. You really just can't keep blaming it on your generation. Like let's say I got a generation full of drug addicts. I can't keep saying, oh my people are drug addicts, so that means I gotta be a drug addict. Come on, let's be for real now. You gotta sit there and say no.
That's not the same.
Well, no, he's saying it's the parents' fault, but he's saying,
I'm not saying it's the parents' fault. I'm just saying it's the same generation that's gonna keep happening if you keep looking.
Right, so you said
that's like if I'm in the hood and I stay in the hood, and my son, I keep my son in the hood, he gonna be in the hood.
You're not
whose
going
fault is that?
That's my fault.
So it's the parents' fault?
But it can be the parents' fault sometimes though.
No,
I'm not trying to blame the parents.
And he's saying,
the parents' fault.
no, because you're basically, what y'all saying are tied together, right? You're saying sometimes it's the parents' fault. He's saying you're right, but that kid doesn't have to follow
Yeah, he don't got
the
a
parents' influence.
I do.
Even though kids do that because they're not, you're not fully developed, you're a kid, so you're just following what you see. So, there are programs out there that are not school related. Some are, some aren't. But people in low income, you just never hear about it.
I was about to say, how you gonna know in that situation?
Right. How do you know if you never search? Right. Now there are kids who came from the most impoverished circumstances, who on top, wealthy, successful. Why do you think that is?
We know it's different routes though.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's what I was just telling my friend. He was like, let's see, you know how our parent, they can be in somewhere or something, and when he grow up, he always gonna have it. And it's some people like be out the mud, gotta get, and they be the hardest ones, like they be the humblest ones that.
How does that happen? How does that urban kid, I said, a black kid,
Generations though.
Yeah.
comes from nothing, and I'm not talking sports, right? I'm just talking about education. How does he come up and he becomes like a senator or a governor or just CEO of a company?
Sometimes
How does that happen?
Sometimes it be a mindset. Like,
That's what he said. He said like a mindset thing.
if you come from poverty, like a lot of us have, it's way easier to be a statistic and go chill with the bros, smoke weed. For real, like that's like the easiest thing to do. Like if I went back home last week and the bros still doing the same thing. I'm not missing a thing. So if you want to elevate your life, it's gonna be easier. My parents hadn't graduated college. I'm trying to be the first. So I'm pretty sure that's somebody else's story too. Like,
Okay, how did that make you feel when you went home yourself?
I feel like I was doing a better thing, but it's also like, dang, bro, I want y'all boys to be on the same, like, you don't gotta go to college, bro. Some of my bros, they got college.
Right, you don't have to go to college.
They college grads and they broke. And I got friends that they finished high school, they got way more money than a lot of them.
So what's elaborate on that?
On what?
On what you said?
Oh, I think.
Who agrees, who disagrees?
I agree.
I agree.
with that.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Why?
I got some homeboys, I got some homeboys doing the wrong stuff and getting money. I got some homeboys doing the right stuff, like actually getting paid good money, like working in the warehouse and stuff. So,
And so, let me remind you, high school, no matter where you are in high school, 3.5 or 4.0, the government is gonna give you money to go to college for free. A free academic scholarship.
How much?
That's where fast for coming.
No, they will.
you get like,
That's where
More
financial
than
aid and all that.
4.0, but you get a free ride somewhere.
I had a
All right. Why? So with that said, and we're talking about curriculum, all right? So if a guy can come up from the projects, the hood, know, his parents are on it, parents are guiding him. Let's say he's the valedictorian at a school, he has like a 4.0. He goes to one of the top schools for free, right? But then he still has his problem, so where they're saying low-income schools aren't getting the funding because it's just generation of poverty, and they're staying in this environment. So, who's more at fault?
And
The government or the little kid's family?
Cause it can be both for real.
Cause you can show a kid to do the right thing and still choose the wrong road.
Exactly, like we can move somewhere else and they can still do the same.
I'm saying, like, that's why at the beginning, I agree with both sides, but I feel like the government set everybody up to fail from the beginning. And it's
Okay, why? Give me an example.
like voting laws and stuff like that. Like still to the day, they still would do stuff to tie it in with school or like with different things that we don't see it through. Like we gotta really look deep into it and really find out. But like just certain like taxes and stuff, like what Donald Trump trying to do, just stuff like that. Like it really, people are really trying to take advantage of people. Like,
And they're trying to, and he's right, they're trying to take advantage of powerless people because they don't have a lot of resources. So it's easier to take advantage of powerless people because they don't have resources. So everyone in this class right now, think about your future family, right? Think about your wife, think about your kids, and think about the position that you're in right now, sitting here. What can you do about that?
You don't control what you can control. Everything else I didn't control. If I want my friends to do better, and I'm trying to do better, I can't make them do better.
No, but what are you gonna do for your future? What are you gonna do?
Change the scenery.
For everything that was said,
Beat the odds.
Like beat the odds, like move,
think about your wife,
move them along.
if you wanna get married, and get into that. But think about your kids.
Just gonna do that.
What you, let me hear something.
So,
Oh, listen, what are you gonna do? From this point, sitting right here, where do you wanna raise your family?
where do we?
I wanna be on the island or something.
No, bro.
I'm probably go to Houston.
Well,
Not
I
Houston.
I really like.
If we think,
Alright, like, okay, socioeconomic, right?
I was about to say,
Think about neighborhoods,
I wanna be on the
think
island.
about how much you wanna make, where you want your family, where you wanna raise your family.
Brandon.
Where you wanna raise your family? And I'm not talking about a place, I'm talking about financial. What type of neighborhood you wanna live? Suburbs?
Suburbs also.
Come back to me.
You think too hard, man.
Come back, yeah, come back to me for real.
Right.
About
Mountains,
Yeah, same.
mountains.
not suburbs, but like, still, not too suburbs. Like, I don't want them no preppy, like, no like that. But I want them to understand, like,
a little bit of
yeah, but not too much. Like, still have a, like, he could be comfortable, secure.
So none of you said you wanna raise your family in the hood.
Nah.
Nobody said
Wait, but
In the hood.
Like,
In the hood?
like, I don't wanna raise.
Oh, I ain't grew up in the hood.
I grew up in the hood, but I don't. It's
that. Alright,
like.
who grew up in the hood, raise your hand. None of you said you wanna raise your family. Why is that?
Because it's the same, it's gonna be the same results with us. Like, 'cause I ain't gonna lie, I was seeing like when I was growing up into, I was like, dang, it's on fun. Then found out it's not even fun.
No, yeah, though. Like, I feel like when you in the hood, bro, it's so easy to be on that hood. Like I know people in the projects that drive G-Wagons. Why you got a G-Wagon, you ain't got a crew in the projects.
No cap though.
Any other input?
Nah,
Where you wanna raise your kids?
That's a fact, though. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause I done seen a lot of people that go bust their wrist down,
Nah, shit.
Right, so
put on some purple jeans.
Stuff like that.
everything y'all just said, deals with curriculum development. Right? A lot of it starts in the school. It really does. Alright? You want, everybody has the same mindset. You want your kids to be, you want to raise your family in a better situation than you. Because you want. And you didn't say it, but I know. want a better opportunity for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And everybody's future starts in school. All right? From your little kid, elementary, middle school, high school, you want them to have good resources. And yeah, you're right. Some of it's the government, but some of it's our fault too. From family, you know, for what we learned from our family. All right, so great discussion.